So, bad news for Boston. The Celtics got embarrassed in Game 7. Good news, their coach has plenty of time to watch the town now. The assumption is Boston is making major changes this offseason.
Yeah.
Are Tatum and Brown good enough to win a title, or is it time to move on?
Well, this is now where I would like to, if we can, go to a video that Diora surreptitiously recorded over my shoulder. You're always saying... Surreptitiously.
Oh.
You're always saying that I'm in your phone. You were all in my phone.
We were on the phone with my brother.
Yeah, and you were all in my conversation. Because Damonza jubilantly looked like maybe he'd had a couple pops, but that's okay. Watching Game 6 from a watering hole in Los Angeles, FaceTimes me, and let's go ahead and run the video.
What? No, I'm sorry. I know you're talking your best on the TV show. I'm sorry, but this is what we do. This is what we do, Padre. This is what we do.
I can't, I mean, you guys are so lucky. What? I mean, give me a break. So, this is kind of a real-life version of how it started, how it's going. That's how it started on Friday.
It also shows how much of a dad you are.
Why?
The screenshotting, the messing up with your phone. It's just...
Yeah, I mean, that is true. If you were watching the video, I accidentally pulled my credit card up, the little Apple Pay thing up there accidentally. I was taking the old school screenshots, but that's fine. I like the old school screenshots because then you get your face in it as well. The little tap button screenshot, you only get him as opposed to getting both of us. Doesn't matter. That's how it started. Here's how it's going. Live from Los Angeles. Damonza. How you feeling this morning, son?
Well, it is 7 in the morning. I'm feeling, it's all right, man. The Heat are going to get a gentleman's sweep, and that'll be my victory lap. I mean, how are you feeling?
We'll get to the finals preview a few days ago. I mean, listen, congrats.
Okay.
That you guys made the exact same round, and instead of
jumping ship to ship,
instead of a hard-fought 4 games that all came down to the wire, but my team couldn't get any of them against the Nuggets, your team at home against an 8 seed had somehow found a fate worse than a sweep, which is you felt all the embarrassment of a sweep in those first 3 games. No, put Damonza back on camera, please.
Oh,
then
goodness.
you got your hopes built up in Game 4. Oh wait, hold on. Game 5's back in Boston.
Are you?
Then you beat him in Game 5. Then Game 6, you're like, oh, don't let us win Game 6. And you win it in the most miraculous fashion, only to no-show at TD Garden, only to score 15 first-quarter points.
Are you going to try to act like you hadn't been stressed out up until 6 o'clock yesterday? Come on now, man. You thought we were going to win that series the whole time up until 6 o'clock, man. Be serious.
All right, well, I'm going to, off the air, send you some betting slips from yesterday that show how confident I was. Plus 270, pay the man. I don't need the plus 7.5. I'll take the money line, plus 270. Thank you. Also, a little small taste on the Heat at 13-1 to win the title before tip-off yesterday. But that's neither here nor there. Yeah, 13-1. That because everyone thought Boston was going to win. They're 3-1 now, but everyone thought Boston was going to win.
Fox Bet, thanks you for your donation.
Okay, well, we'll see. But let's talk about your Celtics, because you had some takes yesterday, which was Jaylen Brown's got to go and Jayson Tatum's milking his injury. So let's start with the Tatum thing. Let me ask you this, as a sober-minded analyst. If Tatum never turns his ankle, do you think the Celtics win that game?
I'm going to be arrogant and say yeah.
Okay, I do think
that. I think that, our best player hobbling around, wincing, playing hurt, I think it definitely has an effect on the team. Maybe they don't win. I don't think that they get smoked the way that they did. But yes, I definitely do think that changes the outcome.
Well, so I think maybe it changes some of the ebbs and flows. I felt like Miami was the better prepared team, and Boston somehow was not prepared to deal with the Miami zone. But that does bring us to the Jaylen Brown question. Because the entire idea of having two stars is if one of your stars is compromised, one of your stars isn't 100%, the other guy can step up. Instead, he was 8 of 23. He looked like you dribbling out there, just having the ball ripped away from him. It's
so disrespectful. That's so disrespectful. And
to Jaylen Brown or to you?
to me. To me.
Oh, okay, sorry.
And I don't think we can call Jaylen Brown a star anymore. I'm sorry. I think
so. You wouldn't pay him the 5 years, $290 million.
As Jimmy Butler would say. What'd you say? No.
Go ahead. I can't hear you. Are you pressing the button?
I am pressing the button, but no, I wouldn't give Jaylen Brown.
Okay, that's my bad. That was in my headphones. Sorry. So here's the deal. I don't think they can pay him that either. But we also know that if they don't, they've got to trade him. So I think there is a Damian Lillard trade to be made.
Set it up.
And say it again?
Set it up. Immediately.
Yeah. I think there's a Damian Lillard trade to be made. And I think it's actually one that works for both teams. Because the Blazers have the 3rd pick of the draft. So the Blazers add Jaylen Brown. I think you could really just almost do it 1-for-1. Jaylen for Damian Lillard. Damian's better, but Jaylen is younger. The Blazers are going to need to spend some money. He's more on the right timeline. And Jaylen just didn't seem like himself the whole postseason. And he is a more than capable second option. But he's clearly not a number one. And with I don't want to get into the machinations of the new collective bargaining agreement, but you pay Jaylen $50 million a year, and next year you're going to have to pay Tatum $60 million a year. $60 million a year. That's going to be your team. And the whole idea behind having these two dominant wings is you can shut down the other team's wings while outplaying them. Instead, they got outplayed by Jimmy Butler and Caleb Martin. Hey, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button to get more from the show, and make sure to click the bell to get notified every time new content drops. Check out full episodes of What's Right wherever you get your podcasts, or just click the link in the description below.